Focus on my breakouts. Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. You can take my word for it. Put a couple bands on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I keep on popping things like I'm getting green right. Talking to my past life. Focus on my breakouts. Cruising to my future.
Hello. You are watching Breaking the Silence. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you again. Maybe you're watching us, maybe you're home, you haven't gone back to work yet because of the holidays. And you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm just flipping through channels. I'm just listening to the radio, and you hear us for the first time. Well, this is Breaking the Silence, and we are going to introduce ourselves to you so that way you may know who we are. I'm Shaitia.
I'm Nori.
And I'm Angeli.
And today you are in for a treat because when I tell you the topics of today, when we tell you what we have in store for us, you're going to be like, wow. So before we get into the juicy topics, the juicy game segment, everything we're doing, we are going to have our question of the day.
All right.
So today's question is, what is a new tradition you want to start this year?
So the new tradition that I want to start this year,
This
right?
new tradition is for Nori to not answer in the intro.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is our new tradition.
Because
So
the
I should adopt
question
it.
is for you. It's not for you to hear what we want to do. It's for us to hear from you because you are our fourth co-host, okay? So you want to send in your comments to us on Instagram, DM us. And for those of you who are driving right now, maybe you don't have time to DM us right now, you can find us on Instagram at Breaking the Silence _talk show. And those of you who are thinking like, I don't know what tradition I'm going to start, we're going to help you out because we have some topics today. And we have a sweated out segment, right, ladies? Maybe you ate over the holiday. You're like, oh man, now I have to get rid of all these. We got you because we're gonna be working on the abs. For those of you who ate a little too much, we're gonna help you. Okay,
You're gonna burn that today.
Exactly, burn it all off. And then we also have our topic for the vision boards for you to bring your dream into life, because maybe you're like, I always set a New Year's resolution, but it never comes true. How can I stop that? So we're gonna help you with that. And for those who are saying out with the old, in with the new, a brand new me, maybe you got rid of some dead weight over the holidays. So we're gonna help you navigate a breakup. For those of you who went home, maybe that you introduced them to the family, it didn't work out. So we're going to help you navigate this tough breakup that you went through this year, okay? So we have a lot in store for us. So maybe you can go grab your coffee, grab your tea, and join us right back here. Don't go nowhere.
Real women, real talk. Breaking the Silence is where stories become connections. Let's break the silence together.
Welcome to Soul Food Podcast.
Thank you for listening here with Bishop Joshua.
Every day, Monday through Friday, this podcast is active and ready to share spiritual food for your soul.
What's cooking up in the kitchen? Am I smelling that soul food?
Oh yes, it is soul food, the spiritual food for your spiritual nourishment.
You can find us on many platforms today, like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and even Amazon Music.
So tune in. Don't miss the food that will feed your soul.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Breaking the Silence is where ripples become waves of change. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation.
Welcome back to Breaking the Silence, and today we're going to be discussing vision boards. Maybe you have your New Year's resolution already planned, maybe you already have an idea of what you want, but a vision board is a fun and creative way for you to put your ideas on display for you. It's going to help motivate you, and as I said, it's fun, it's creative. You can put anything that you want on this vision board for you to be able to achieve your goals this year of 2025.
And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be exploring like the process of how to create your vision boards, how you can be able to prepare it so you can have that focus throughout the entire year. I actually started my vision board. I didn't get to complete it. I wanted to bring it here on the show, but I didn't complete it. But I'm working on it. It's in the works, you know, so we're going to be discussing those things.
And maybe some of the viewers or listeners, what is even a vision board? You know, because maybe you're not used to it. It was not something brought up. It was not a tradition in your family or even like, you know, in general. So what is a vision board? So it is a collection of images, quotes, affirmations that actually represent your goals and aspirations. So it could either be physical board or digital collage. But I think, like me personally, it would be more powerful if it's a physical one. Because imagine digital one, imagine it's just on your phone, for example. Your phone is already a multi-functional device. And for you to think about it is a vision board, it's not going to come up to you right away that it is, your vision board is there, you know? So I think if you have an actual board where you could see it every day, you know, when you wake up, it's going to be more, you know, motivated.
And you put more time, more effort in it, because imagine like you're going through the magazines or you're going through the internet and you're just looking for images of what you want, that car, that house, that job, you know, maybe you have six-pack abs you see it and then it motivates you because you actually get to visualize what you want to achieve this year.
Not only that, but also finding a space in your home where you can actually place it, that when you wake up in the morning, that, you know, it's kind of like the first thing you see as a reminder, like, okay, you know what, this is what you need to focus on.
And you need to like to see it, right? As you said, you need to see it, whether that's your vanity mirror, whether that's your bathroom,
your
the
fridge.
your fridge.
Whenever you go for that snack. I'm telling where I'm gonna put my vision board.
No snack for today.
No snack. Those apps are gonna make themselves. Okay.
It's true. But you see the power of visualization, right? Increase motivation and focus when you see it almost every day. Not almost, maybe every moment. It also improves self-confidence. Another one is reducing stress and anxiety. Telling yourself that, you know, being kind to yourself, being gracious to yourself, maybe just one piece of that snack, but not the whole thing, you know? And you're manifesting your dreams by actually, you know, creating that vision board. So we could see like how your progress is going to be throughout the month.
Exactly. And you know, as we're talking about this, I don't know if you guys ever watched The Simpsons, right? And you know, Homer, he works at like this factory. He hates his job. And there was one episode that shows why he goes to work every single day. And in that episode, he has pictures of his daughter, his baby, and it says, do it for her. So he has a whole bunch of pictures and it just says, do it for her. And that motivates him, that gives him the motivation to keep going to work every day because he knows he's doing it for the person he loves.
That is so nice. You know, as both of y'all were talking, I was just visualizing you, Tia. Your vision board on the fridge with that six-pack there on the vision board. So when you go and grab the handle of the fridge, you're like,
I don't want it.
It's true.
And it helps a lot because, you know, you have that motivation because sometimes we don't achieve goals because we forget about it. You know, you may forget about it. It slips your mind. So when you have that constant reminder each and every time, that reminder is always on your mind. Like, no, I told myself this is what I want. I told myself this is what I'm going to get. It's that constant reminder that helps you have the discipline to say no until you're able to do it without any reminder, anything of the sort.
Exactly. And first things first, preparing yourself, gathering all the materials, whether it's newspapers, whether it's magazines, whether it's photos, whatever it is, so you can start creating your vision board and start putting into place what you want to achieve, what you want to accomplish, the no's, the how-tos and whatnot, to add them on there as a way of kind of like saying, okay, you know what, where do I start? It's already there. So I'm going to start with this, I'm going to start with that, but collecting everything that you need in order to start off your vision board. I think that's a great way to start off. Whenever you want something and you're dedicated at it, you actually make the time. You set yourself to stop whatever it is that you're doing, because you know that that's something so important that you want to accomplish. So you're definitely going to make the time, whether it's to go pick up newspapers or say, hey neighbor, you got any old newspapers that you need, that you don't want? Hey, let me have them here. And start creating it. Take the time. It's gonna take work, it is, but it's all for a bigger goal later on down the line.
Your creativity.
Yes.
Because when you like to, for example, it's gonna be there for a year, let's say. So you don't want to be seeing something that's dry, that's like no decoration, no life. So you wanted to, put color in that, really take that time to decorate it, whether you're not someone who's very creative, but put some pop of color in there. You can't be like just, all black and white, or it's just going to be in a, very gray.
Black and white.
I'll be like, okay, you know what, throw that away, But then when you take that time, as Nori is saying, you put your creativity in there, gather all the magazines, and reflect on your goals. That's the one of the most important step of it. You reflect what is really your goal this year, or maybe a couple of months, because as we were saying, right, take it step by step. We cannot be like constantly just overwhelmed with all these big goals that we're not really going to be able to achieve, the unrealistic goals. So we need to really reflect on goals that we can actually achieve.
And we have to make sure we're picking the way, because maybe as we're talking, you're like, I'm more creative, like online, like with Photoshop, with Canva, with all of these things. So if you have to choose what's best for you, maybe for us, doing it the old school way, getting the magazines, getting the newspaper works for us. But for you, maybe Canva works for you, maybe Photoshop, maybe you setting your goals up digitally will help you the best. And you have those apps that remind you, like, drink water today, do this, do that. So do what works best for you, not just what we're saying, because you're the one who needs to be motivated at the end of the day.
Also organizing and arranging your vision board in a practical way that is going to be easy for you, instead of just slapping anything and everything all over the board. You start off with one specific thing that is going to lead you into your next goal. And once you do that, it's going to lead you into your next one as well. So be organized about it. Maybe this past year you did things like whatever, however, but this year you're gonna do things differently. You're gonna do it in order.
And be realistic, right? You don't want to put like, I want to be a millionaire by the end of 2025. For some people, maybe that can happen, but 9 times out of 10, that's not gonna happen. So you want to pick goals that is achievable in these few months or this year that happens.
And regarding about that, maybe yes, it could happen because life happens, right? Maybe towards the middle of the year, something happens, there's a life transition, there's a change. So it's okay to update your vision board. Maybe in the beginning of the year, there was a completely different set of goals, and then you've already achieved that. So now it's a level up, So you could update it, maintain it, maybe add something like a little bit more extreme than you used to, because now you've already achieved that goal. So update it. You don't necessarily need to like, I'm gonna update it once the year is over, and then once the new year comes in again, I'm gonna have my new vision board. No, because yes, we have this new year coming and we set ourselves to, okay, this is our new goals, but you don't really need to wait for the end of the year or the end of the month to actually update something that you've already accomplished.
And as you talk about accomplishments, celebrate those accomplishments, like reward yourself, like, yes, like I finished this goal, like I'm on track. You don't want to just be like, okay, I finished it. Like the more you celebrate it, the more motivation you're gonna have to go forward, to do the next task, to do the next goal.
And even if you have something on your vision board and you had in mind, like, okay, by such and such time, I'm gonna have this done, but for whatever reason it didn't happen, not a problem. It's not a problem to push it back a little further. But the most important thing is that you don't give up on it. You know, you already started it, so don't give up on it. If you have to push it back a little bit more, no problem. Push it back, still leave it there on that vision board and continue working towards it, you know, because I think that's going to make a whole lot of difference.
Exactly. And even if it's you finished the year and maybe you didn't complete the vision, like that goal, you can always put it to the next year. You can always extend it. You know, as you said, don't give up on that dream, that goal, because you have it for a reason. And we have to understand that our vision board, our goals, this is all your dreams, your life aspirations, you know, so you want to make sure that you pick stuff that you are passionate about, that you are interested about. And as we spoke a lot about vision boards, maybe they're like, let me go do my vision board right now. So we are going to take a quick break and we will see you soon for our Sweat It Off segment, because as I told you, the six-pack abs is going to be on my vision board. I got to get started. So we'll be right back.
Stronger together. Breaking the Silence is your community for support and inspiration.
The Universal Church Online is here for you. You can find us now at our new URL, universalusa.org. New name, same website, and the same faith to encourage and build you up. For those who want to securely sow their seed online, find our Secure Give tab on the homepage. And for those who want to visit a Universal Church in person for powerful messages and prayers to change your life, click on our Location tab to find a Universal Church anywhere in the country. If you need online counseling, trained pastors will always be a click away to offer free counseling for any spiritual needs you may have. Our site also contains a variety of Universal Church blogs, the Chain of Prayer information, Unisocial Outreach news, and our ULFN TV channel live stream and schedule, which airs 24 hours a day. Visit us now at universalusa.org.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
The show isn't over yet. Don't change the channel. We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
Welcome back. And you're probably looking like, whoa, they look different.
Why are they on the floor?
Yes. Well, this is the time for the Sweat It Out.
Y'all could join us too.
Yes, I hope they are. We told y'all to get ready. We're working on our abs. Yes.
Especially those who said their New Year's resolution was going to be to work out. So let's get started, okay?
Yes. So let us see the video of what we have in store for us today. Ready, ladies?
I'm ready.
Yes, ready.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. About a curve, it's all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, pulse speed and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna place it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around.
Not as lazy.
Yeah,
Hope you're ready for that one.
Yes, little by little.
You're stretching now.
Yes. Little by little, it definitely increases the difficulty.
Got it. Okay, so we got it, right?
Yes.
Y'all got it?
I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Okay.
I'm not ready. But I'm ready.
Yes. I hope y'all at home are ready. If you don't have a mat, it's your house, so you can lie down on your floor.
You got carpet, use your carpet.
Exactly. So let us get ready, ladies.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Let's get started.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Do what you want to. Please don't be polite, 'cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, 'cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, all sweet and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna place it, 'cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension. Move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it.
All right. Okay. Yes. You gotta put it down. I can't do that one. That one is
Nori, come on, Nori. This is the second one.
my goodness, wait a minute. I can't do that one.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
I'm just lifting up my head. That one is challenging.
Come on. Let's go, guys.
Okay.
That's enough? Okay. The next one is...
Okay.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
tie.
No, you guys
So
are
how
killing
we do
me.
How is that?
So you put this leg over your knee, and then I think you gotta
put your faith in me, even though
Okay.
we just met. Let's
It's just one?
This is really perfect.
I
hope I'm doing it right.
It's
I don't know. I just put my leg up.
my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna place it.
I can feel my core right now.
Wait, what she's doing? Wait, she switched it.
Now
But her neck is straight.
Oh, her leg is straight.
I can't do that.
I don't even know.
I don't know. I hope the viewers are doing better than
Nori,
I
come on.
am practicing.
Hey, this is not, we're not even 5 minutes up yet. Okay, what's next? Okay, she's good. Sorry.
I think about your mat. Oh, my abs hurt.
Okay, she does like. Okay, she stretches her head. And then she does this.
Let me do that. Ooh, ciao, Tia.
Oh my god!
Oh, goodness gracious, that's
Okay,
it, right?
enough? No, there's more.
Goodness gracious.
The straight leg one again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's killing me. I was not ready for all this, y'all. No, let me do this.
You have to be straight, right?
I think so. Let me tell you, it's worked out like That's it. What are you doing? I can't.
No, switch.
No way. I can't. No. I'm sorry. I'm not there yet. Stop making me laugh. I'm just regular.
We are so unfit. We need to put this in our vision board. This is really.
I'm done. Listen. Ciao.
Okay. What's next?
Okay, this one I can do.
Okay.
All right, let's
Okay,
go.
this one is much better. You just need to lift your.
I'm sweating so much.
My abs can feel it. Okay.
This is better. Way better. Angelique's sound effects were crazy.
It's for motivation. Okay, what's next?
That's it.
Oh, okay. I like this one.
I don't like
She don't stop.
I like this one. This one is nice. You left everything.
Oh, you put one
I'm just doing it like this. Ooh, child. I'm proud of Tia and Tia and Angelique. They're doing a great job. That's it.
You just sit there and you hold it. Are we giving birth?
Ooh, no, child. I'm dead. If y'all want this show to continue, y'all better pause it. I can't do this. Wait, she's still there. No, she's done. Do we need help to get up? How did y'all do? Listen, y'all see why we gotta put this exercise on our vision board? Because struggle is
That
real.
is not a lazy workout. That is definitely not a lazy workout.
Listen, I can feel I'm sweating, and we was just lying down.
Yeah, imagine.
So listen, just because you're small, just because you're petite, doesn't mean that you're
It's true.
Oh, that was a workout. That was a little too much. Y'all in pain too, right? I know y'all are because I am.
I'm feeling it.
I was not ready for all of that. They got me good.
I'm still breathing heavy.
I think
we're all like, I don't know how, you know why Nori's doing all the talking? Because she didn't do that.
She just be like commenting.
She's like, I'm not doing this.
Don't worry, they got it all on camera. They got it all on camera.
She was like, I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm still doing baby steps, y'all. This was a little too intense for me. Some of them. But next time that we do a workout like this, how about the crew join us on set?
Good idea. New tradition. That we'll implement.
Yes. No. The viewers are saying they want the crew next time.
Yes, we definitely
want
a done deal. To be joined here with this exercising.
But it was good
not
though.
easy.
It was really good.
All. You really sweat, and it was only 5 minutes.
Yeah, so. And don't be like me. Whenever y'all start feeling the pain, you give up. But I'm not gonna give up this time. This time around, I won't. All right.
But let us compose ourselves. Let us get ready. And after the break, we'll be right back with navigating breakups. After the break.
Don't change the channel. We will be right back.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs a life-saving blood transfusion. Every 2 seconds, there's an urgent need for blood donation. Every second matters. In an emergency, doctors may face impossible choices. Who gets blood and who must wait? Will you roll up a sleeve and give? Because of you, life doesn't stop. Donate blood. Make your appointment today at Vitalant.org.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
Ooh, I'm still beat from that exercise.
Yeah, wipe your forehead a little bit. Yeah, because
it was 5 minutes, but that was tough. Okay,
they said it's a lazy workout, but it's not that lazy.
There's nothing lazy about that. We just laid down the whole time. But enough about that. Enough about the sweat it out. Now it's time for us to get into something a little more serious, which is the breakup. Navigating a breakup from heartbreak to breaking free, from breaking up to breaking free. You know, and a lot of times, like, many people think that, okay, you know, I broke up with this person. Maybe you've been with that person for a long time, maybe a couple of years, and it's time, you know, you decided that it's best to go your separate ways.
Yeah.
So we're going to teach you, we're going to help you on ways to overcome that heartache, because it is hard. It's very hard at first.
It's very hard. Whether it was, you know, a really bad breakup, a long-term relationship, you know, it can take a toll on a person. It can take a toll on you. So this is why we're going to be discussing how you can be able to navigate it. Me personally, I always think that, you know, and like we say here on the show, self-care. You always have to make sure that you're good. You know, because there's so many things that entails with, you know, a breakup, dealing with a breakup. Not a lot of people deal with it properly in a positive way. So that's what we're going to be discussing here.
We're going to talk about like the stages of grief, right?
Yes.
Coping mechanisms, as both of you have said, and moving forward. Because yes, you need to not suppress the feeling, to let it out, to vent if possible, but to move forward. You cannot be stuck on that stage. So what are the stages of grief? And this can be, it's not in like an order that is a very strict order. Because there's 5 stages of grief, but some may be in the bargaining stage, and some might be in the denial stage before the acceptance stage. So it varies in different people, right?
Yes. And like the first one that, you know, that's most common is denial. Like, no, you know, and I remember as a child, like teenage love, you know, back in the day.
Popular.
Exactly. You know, you'll be in that denial stage, like, no, it's only temporary. We're just taking a break. We'll be back together, you know. But the first stage is a denial stage, maybe, or maybe you come to a mutual agreement and you're like, okay, yes, as Angelique said, maybe you're not going through the stages as we mentioned, step by step. Maybe you're in the anger stage, like, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe, you know, they treated me like that, and that's why you broke up. Or maybe you are in the bargaining stage.
Can you, if I do this, are you going to be able to accept me again? Or this, you bargain, right? Trade in.
Yeah. Before we continue on the bargaining part, I want to just go back a little bit on the denial part. That's one thing that really gets a lot of people. Like, I remember, even in my case, like growing up and stuff, I will call them back and I'll be like, so are you serious? I just want to make this clear.
I'm not coming
Are
back
you
to you.
serious? Are you 100% sure? Because if you're not 100% sure, you know what? Let's handle this here and now. So are you serious? Are you sure? Or sometimes it can just be something like a shock. It can be something of a shock where you're just kind of like just numb. You're numb to everything, everyone that's around you.
And that's like, you know, you see time and time again of women who they've been with this person for a long time, and they're thinking like, you know, they go to a fancy dinner like, yes, you know, finally he's gonna propose, I'm gonna get that ring, and then it's just like, it's not working out anymore. And so they are caught off guard, like, what? Like, I thought we was gonna get married. I was already planning my life together with them. So
I gave up so much, so many things for you.
I supported you, and now, you know, so there are, you know, things, and that's where the denial, the anger comes in. Like, I can't believe this. And, you know, depression comes in. Maybe sometimes, you know, they lock themselves up in the room. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to answer phone calls, do any of that. And then finally, they accepted it, and they're like, okay, you know, it is what it is. There's no bargaining, there's no going back. So now, what do they do once they accepted the breakup?
Yeah.
I think it all depends on the person, because like we said earlier, like I think Angelique mentioned it, everyone is different. So some people, they will accept it gracefully and say, okay, you know what, that's fine. I'm hurt or whatnot, but it's fine. Let bygones be bygones. We're going to move on. But then there's some people that they're going to accept it. But they're gonna accept it spitefully. Like, okay, you left me. You're good. Okay, no problem. I am going to make your life miserable.
But as you're saying that, you know what I'm not thinking of it as that, but I'm thinking it as them using it as motivation to get better. You know, like, okay, you know what? They didn't want me, so I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get my degree. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show them that I'm better off without them.
Yeah. That could be a coping mechanism that could go wrong, you know?
Yes.
I mean, at first, yes, you're making yourself better, but what if you achieve that and then the other person has his life, like, you know, he forgot even about you, and you're like, okay, all this time I've spent this much, you know, a sacrifice, all the effort, all the hard work that I did, and you're not just gonna recognize it because you started it off in a wrong foot, in a wrong intention.
With different intentions.
So it's hard, right? So that coping mechanism is not going to work.
That's why it's always important that no matter what you do it for you. You don't do it for the next person. You know, sometimes I hear people say, I'm doing it for this person. But at the end of the day, you have to do it for you because everyone falls short. Everyone disappoints. It doesn't matter who it may be. It may be your spouse. It may be a loved one. It could be your mom. It could be your dad. At some point in time, people will disappoint you. So if you do things, you know, for them, for the other person, at the end of the day, if something goes wrong, if things go south, you're gonna be bitter. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna feel some type of way. So we have to be very careful with that.
And you know, you always want to make sure you never suppress your feelings. You know, you never want to hold it in. You never want to put on the brave face. I always tell people, like, don't put on the brave face. If you're sad, be sad. If you're happy, be happy. But don't hold it in, because if you hold it in, you'll never move on. You know, because you're not allowing yourself to go through the stages properly. You know, so be angry, be sad, be frustrated. You know, do whatever you're gonna do in a positive way. Like, don't go, you know, setting people's car on fire and things like that. Like, you hear crazy stories. So don't do that, but be free to express yourself in a positive way, so that way you can move on and truly break free. Because the more you hold it in, the more hold that person's gonna have of you.
I love that you said that, because a lot of times people think and say, oh, you know, I moved on, I'm past it, I'm over it. But if a conversation stirs up and something in that conversation triggers or reminds you of that breakup, of that heartache or whatever, and you end up commenting about it, or you end up saying, yeah, like so-and-so, he did this or he did that, that shows that you really haven't let it go. Something inside, there's something that's still inside in the back of your mind or deep down inside your heart, there's something that is still there. Whenever anything happens, you see anything, you hear anything, you experience anything, you feel anything, and it takes you back to that, then that shows that you haven't really kind of healed from that breakup.
It's painful when you have to actually go through it. You don't want to feel the pain again. You don't want to accept, like, fully that this happened, it ended, so you just forget it. And in your mind, you're kind of like convincing yourself that, you know, I'm over it. I don't remember him. I don't remember the times we were together. But when you see a picture, when they mention his name, you're just like palpitating again. Or all those good memories started, So you need, as you said, you need to let it out. And like what we did, we sweat it out, right? That's a good way to release that tension.
Anger, you're like, I'm gonna forget you.
Punching bag. Punch it as if
put the picture there.
Exactly. Put his picture, put his name. You know,
oh my goodness. Angeline.
You shocked me, girl. And then you're actually, you know.
And you know, you want to surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you, who are going to motivate you. You know, find a new hobby. Listen, you can never go wrong with reading a good book, okay? Find a book, find a hobby, paint, you know, dance, learn how to dance, like take dance classes. You know, do something that's gonna help you move forward from that, where you're not constantly thinking of it. Because the more you think of it, the more you're gonna feel about it.
Yes, new. Not something that's gonna remind you of him.
No,
please, new tradition, okay, without him.
Create new things that's gonna take your mind off of it.
Exactly.
So, no, go ahead. One thing that I always think about as well is, like, once upon a time, you wished well upon that person. You know, you always wanted the best for that person. So even though you go through a bad breakup, never have any ill intentions or any ill wishes towards that person. Like, I remember one time there was this girl I was talking to, and she was just so hurt because of the breakup. And she was like, I don't want him to die or anything. I just want him to maybe get hit by a car and break a leg. I said, girl, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? There's people that whenever they go through bad breakups, they have that ill intention or, you know, just ill wish towards that person. When once upon a time you wanted everything good for that person. So still keep that, you know, because you wouldn't want anyone to have any ill intentions for you, towards you. So that's something that we can also put into practice.
And even in that situation, you've known something about yourself. You've learned how to be resilient. You've learned how to handle, you know, hard situations like that. So something grew, you know, you have like personal development, personal growth. So, okay, if you cannot release it like that, think about the personal growth that, you know, in the process, the journey, you know, even the good memories that made you a better person. Because yes, that person also like gave you some maybe motivation in the past, you know, gave you some, you know, for you to accomplish your dreams. At one point, they were your biggest cheerleader. At one point, they were there when no one was supporting you. So instead of like focusing on, you know, the bad, now you focus on the good that happened to you.
Shift the focus towards you, towards your growth, because it's going to be a painful process. It is, but in that painful process, you are going to grow.
Exactly. And you want to make sure you find your closure. There's also resources. Maybe you're handling it in a different way. Maybe you're not handling it too well. There are resources for those who maybe you've been abused, going through domestic violence. You know, we have the Trevor Project, we have the National Domestic Violence Hotline, the Crisis Text Hotline, you know, for those who maybe are going through a really bad depression, you're having like certain thoughts in your mind. So there are resources out there. We always want you to remember that even though you're going through a breakup, you're not alone. There are people who care about you. There are people who are by your side. So never think that you're alone. And it's about time to get ready to go to our question of the day. So we will be right back. Again, if you need help, use this time to text, to call the hotlines, the crisis text line, and we will see you shortly.
Don't change the channel. We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
You have this incurable disease. The Lord is going to heal you, to deliver you, to set you free.
Hope.
Now, what now?
Make it. There isn't much of that in a hospital.
She is losing blood fast.
It's bad news.
You know, we were told to prepare ourselves for the worst.
After bad news.
His doctors need to know why he's taking so long to wake up.
Your doctor, your physician brought to you the diagnostics of your last exams.
As you lie in your hospital bed, thoughts of a healthy future only bring sadness when you are faced with reality.
No matter what the title you have, maybe you are a doctor. Come to us, doctor. You are a pastor. Come to us, pastor. I cannot heal you, but Jesus is the healer. Look at his situation. He was just like that inside of the hospital, dying, hooked to the machines. But by faith, she used her faith on his behalf, and he had his healing day.
The nurses was telling the other, oh, he's going home. He's leaving. And they all kept looking, you know, like they were shocked that he was leaving the hospital.
If you or a loved one is in the hospital, give us a call. 1-888-332-4141. Our counselors will be happy to pray for you and or assist you in arranging a hospital visit, where one of our pastors will visit you or your loved one and pray for you in person. Don't hesitate. Call 1-888-332-4141.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
Wow, what a good show.
It was.
Yes.
Really good topics.
No Breaking the Silence show is complete without the question of the day.
Right.
So let us read the question of the day. What is a new tradition you want to start this year? And we already have some people who sent in their comments. So our first comment is from Susanna. I believe it will be nice to start a family migration. Once a year, we take a road trip somewhere like a pilgrimage.
Oh,
that
Susanna.
sounds
Wow,
so
amazing.
Take me.
That is amazing.
You know, the part I love the most is the road trip because you just see a new scenery. You get to enjoy things. You may even stop at a place you would never have thought about stopping. So I think that will be the more the bonding.
Yes, girl. We on the same page on that one. Okay, so we do have our next comment, which is from Symphony. Dressing ridiculously fancy for family gatherings. When else are you gonna wear that nice dress you've only worn one time? Listen, Symphony, Carmen, Mira, I agree with you because let me tell you, in my closet, I have a couple of outfits that I've only worn one time. So yes, this should be a new thing too. I like that.
Nora's gonna be your new friend.
Exactly. She's gonna go to those parties with you.
Yeah,
we can go
you.
together.
We're gonna be a duo. All right. We have another one coming from Alina. My friends are planning to start a happiness jar. Ooh. Anytime we're happy, we'll put $1 in a communal jar. Then at the end of the year, use the money for a nice group dinner. You know what, Alina?
Nice.
You're
You
giving
just
us
gave me an idea.
You're giving us ideas.
We're gonna adopt this.
Wow. Yay.
We're gonna adopt this.
Yes.
Alina,
So
thank you.
definitely.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Was that an indirect on what you wanted to take on Breaking the Silence,
You're like,
Alina?
breaking the
I
silence.
think
Come on, do something.
Yes, they're like, y'all need to do more together.
Wow, that's
All right,
good.
Shaitia, what about you?
So for me, I think I kind of gave it away with all of these workout sessions and apps and stuff. Listen, my vision board is working out for no reason because I'm definitely, my new tradition is to stick to my workout plan because I've always started, but now I need to stick to it.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Angelique.
For me, I think I want to start journaling.
happiness jar?
No, the happiness jar. I have the gratitude jar, but journaling. And I'm still thinking if I'm going to do it in paper or digital. But I've already started the digital one.
Okay.
But because you know how it is much better when you're writing.
I was going to say, it's nothing like writing it
Right.
pen and
So
paper,
I might, I'm going to update you on that one.
Okay,
How about you,
I like
Nora?
that. So for me, it will be two things. The first one will be to stop trying to answer the question of the day in the beginning of the show because they're not letting me, and you know it just makes me feel some type of way. So I'm just gonna leave it for the end of the show. Are you guys happy with that?
Very.
They're happy with that.
I know. Let us put $5 over there.
Okay, and my second one will just be to be more focused and really go hard on my vision board. On my vision board, that will be something to actually keep up because sometimes we do things, we say we're gonna accomplish things, and like we've been saying here on the show, along the way you just kind of forget about it. It's not your main focus anymore. No, this year my vision board, I am going to focus on it every single day for the 365 days.
Are you gonna put it in your fridge? On your
It's
fridge?
not. No, I already have a wall.
Her vanity
No,
mirror.
I already have a wall set apart where I'm gonna place it.
Okay.
And when I wake up every morning, that's the first thing I see. So it's already set.
That is nice.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
great.
all are getting ready for our vision board. You know, we all are sweating it out. We're
Doing
all
what we gotta
getting
do.
ready.
Yes.
And you know what else we can't forget about?
Their comments.
There you go,
Yes, the QR code is there for you to still send in your comments. Maybe you're like, I want them to read my comment on the TV. So go ahead, send in your comment.
can
And
always
we're
send
going
it
to take this quick moment for you to see this inspirational story.
Breaking the silence. Your story matters. Your voice deserves to be heard. Join the conversation.
My name is Stephanie. I'm 31 years old, and and I've been in the church since I was a little kid. My parents used to take me and my sisters, and we've grew in the church, we've learned everything, but it never got into me. I had a really bad emptiness in my heart that I've tried to fulfill with friendship, with everything but God. So when I was about 17 years old, I met my husband, that is my husband now. I brought everything that I went through into my marriage. He was very angry. He used to yell at me. We used to fight every single day. Everyone's marriage at the beginning has to be like a honeymoon, right? But mine was not like that. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to take care of my house. I didn't want to take care of myself. And I lost all of my clients. We went through some financial problems, and I was that woman that would say, "You took me from my mom's house to give me this life." I would put him all the way down. He was from another church, and then I decided to bring him once to the Universal Church. So it was one time that he came, he heard the word of God, and he changed. He would listen to me. He wouldn't yell me at anymore. He didn't react the same way I was reacting to him. So instead of that, he started praying for me. And then when I came to church, the pastor said, and I was the one that told him to do that. And I was like, "Why would you do that?" I told the pastor. And he said, "Because these were his words. You didn't lose your salvation by now because he's the one that has been praying for you." And at that moment, I decided to change. So I fought for my deliverance, and I started doing all the opposite of everything that I was doing wrong, that inside of me I knew was wrong. And after a little bit of time, that's when I received the Holy Spirit, and everything changed. The way I act, the way I think. After I started obeying, everything that I've lost, I've gained way more. So with my husband, we've been married now for 13 years. We have a little son. So everything, it's changed after that. I had like 10 clients. Right now I'm almost with 100 clients with cleaning service. It's been improving. He does construction. He's been doing so much better in his job, and it's just been growing and growing. When we have something that we don't agree, we talk. Before we used to fight, I used to put a point on his face and tell him that he was the problem. Now we talk, we overcome our problems together, because before it was just him fighting for a marriage. Now it's us. If you have the opportunity to obey today, do it today.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
Wow,
that was a great inspirational story. That was a great one.
Yes, and it ties into what we was talking about today. And I'm sure that it's going to help those of you who are maybe going through that situation that they mentioned there. Mm-hmm. And we cannot forget about Kings. Yes, so you can watch Kings every Monday through Friday from 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you miss it, you can also watch it on Saturday and Sunday, the recap at 9 p.m. Eastern time as well. Mm-hmm. So we had a jam-packed show today.
We sure did.
We already have in our mind our vision boards.
Yes. We sure do.
We sweat it out.
I sure did.
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
We did a lot. Wow. Exactly. Today was such a great show, and we are so happy that you was able to join us. Yes. But ladies, I think it's getting close to that time.
It's getting close to that time to wrap it up. We're coming to the close of the show, but again, that inspirational story was great, was amazing, and this is what we love to promote here on Breaking the Silence. For you to be able to see that you're not alone, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation that you're going through, you can always come out, at the other side with victory, with growth, with all of these great things that everyone wants for themselves. So it was a very good show.
Yeah. Exactly. You already have your vision board, out with the old and with the new.
And everything.
Stick with the new, okay? Stick with the new.
All right. New year, new me. Let us make that our motto for this year and actually fulfill that motto for us to be ready, to be new. And it's about time to say goodbye.
We're going to have to say, see ya.
Bye.